Hundreds of moms, nurses, and cancer survivors participated in a stroller brigade today at the U.S. Capitol. The group is rallying in support of New Jersey Senator Frank Lautenberg's Safe Chemicals Act. It's a bill to overhaul obsolete laws governing toxic chemicals. He says current laws allow too many untested chemicals on the market, many of them in baby products and things you use every day. Other senators also came out today in support of the act.
It happens every time you sit down on the couch. You know what happens? That couch has 2 pounds of flame retardant chemicals packed into those cushions, and when you sit down, you release this fine spray of toxic chemicals right in the face of your baby.
One of the moms in Washington, D.C. that's showing her support is Polly Schloff of Manistee. She's with a group of people all over Michigan who joined the hundreds of others to demand action on these toxic chemicals. And Polly joins us live over the telephone tonight. Polly, do we have you?
Hi, yes.
You know, we know these chemicals, they're affecting our kids, these estrogen mimicking chemicals. How are these pollutants wreaking havoc in our bodies?
Well, every American, anybody anywhere in the world, if they were to have their blood tested, would find out that they have well over 200 chemicals circulating throughout their body. We know that mothers pass these chemicals to their children before birth. Our infants are born with these chemicals. They pass through mother's breast milk. So this is something that affects everyone.
You know, the one thing that we find that when we're doing the research in this kind of story, this stuff is everywhere. You can't really get away from it. It's in your lotions, it's in plastics, it's in all sorts of chemicals that we come in contact with every day, tissue even.
That's right, and as consumers, we can do a little bit to, research and try to buy safe products that, unfortunately, because of proprietary laws in our country, most of the chemicals that are in products aren't even listed on any kind of ingredients list. So we have very limited resources for protecting our families and ourselves.
You know, the fact that you mentioned that the stuff isn't even listed on the products themselves. Is this the big bad secret that no one wants to talk about in corporate America, even though we're seeing evidence of birth defects in our newborn babies?
Well, definitely the chemical industry has come out against some of the reforms that groups like the group that I'm with here today, Safer Chemicals and Healthy Families, would like to see. We would like to see that chemical companies be required to test the safety of the chemicals they put in products before they're able to produce them and market them, instead of waiting for our children and our family members to become ill and then test them or remove them after citizens become outraged.
Polly Schloff of Manistee, she is in D.C. right now, part of the Stroller Brigade, trying to keep our kids safe out there. Polly, thanks for your time tonight over the telephone.
Thank you.
And we'll have a complete report on that Stroller Brigade, the Safe Chemicals Act, and the response that it's getting in our nation's capital. That's still ahead at about 5:55.